Good morning and welcome to Adult Storytime. We're so glad you could join us. It's December and it's time for Christmas stories. For the month of December, we're going to be taking our stories from the book Christmas Remembered, and it's a book of short stories written by Tomie DePaola. And he is an award-winning children's author, but these are Christmases as he remembered. And the first story for the month is called A Fairmount Avenue Christmas. Christmas traditions were big at our house. The perfect Christmas tree, red and white stockings embroidered with our names hanging on the stairway just below the banister. The Christmas village, decorations and lights inside and out. Flossie's famous eggnog, and family and friends coming to celebrate in our magical Christmas house. For our first Christmas on Fairmount Avenue, my mother gave the place of honor on the fireplace mantel to a nativity scene. We simply called it our manger scene. The Christmas village still remained a favorite. It was set up on a built-in buffet in the corner of the living room, and eventually my mother added ice skating figures performing on a mirror lake and skiers shushing down a cotton batting hill. It was always sprinkled with mica snow. Other traditions would come to stay. Blue electric candles in all the windows, a spotlight wreath or spray on the front door, blue lights on the bushes in the front yard. Eventually the brass angel chimes I bought in Greenwich Village when I went to Pratt Institute in Brooklyn would ring throughout the living room. And the Christmas tablecloth for people to sign with their Christmas greetings would be pulled out year after year, the stains of countless eggnogs attesting to this. Every year my father, Joe, Buddy, and I went looking for the perfect tree. It always seemed as if everyone in Meriden was out looking too. It took a couple of hours, but once we found the right tree, my father tied it to the roof of the car and we drove home. My father would cut a little bit off the bottom of the trunk and set it in the pail of water. It stood on the side porch until we were ready for it. Then he would take it inside, put it in a tree stand, and let it relax overnight. Decorating the tree a few days before Christmas was a big event. My father put the strings of lights on first, then watched while my mother, Buddy, and I carefully decorated the tree. All but the tinfoil icicles. Okay, he would say, time to put on the icicles. He would give each one of us a small handful. Being the artistic one, I would slowly drape one strand at a time on the branches so as not to obscure the best ornaments and the multicolored lights that dotted the tree. Buddy would cave in first. Here, he'd say to me, you do mine. Gladly, I would think to myself. Then it would happen. My father would grab a handful of icicles and hurl them at the tree, like some crazy man set out to destroy our fabulous Christmas tree that all the neighbors would come to see. My mother would say, almost in tears, shouts of, Dad, you are ruining our tree from me. Buddy would just stand and watch, a big grin on his face. Finally, icicles gone, we would calm down. Flossie and Joe would make each other a drink and give Buddy and me Cokes, which in the day were something special, especially if they had ice cubes in them, frozen in one of the two trays in our monitor-top refrigerator. My mother would turn out all the lights in the living room and turn on the blue electric candles in the windows and the star on the top of the stable in the manger scene. Next, she would turn on the Christmas village. With a big intake of breath, we kids would hardly stand it. Okay, boys, my father would say, here we go. He'd flip the switch and the tree would light up. So who cared if those icicles were all clumped up on certain parts of the tree? To us, it was always beautiful. We stood there, just our family. It was sheer magic. Do you remember times when, in past years, especially when you decorated the trees with your family, does this bring back memories of how you would do things? If so, please comment in our comment section. We'd like to hear from you of some of your Christmas memories of decorating the tree. So until next time, we hope you join us, but stay safe, be healthy, and have a wonderful week.